The Derek Carr situation is something we have to talk about.
Yes.
There's a Derek Carr situation happening right now that is pretty wild and will be judged for a long time. Now, if the Raiders go on to win, just like every other problem in the NFL, nobody will talk about what is taking place right now. If the Raiders go on to lose, what is happening right now will be chatted about. That's when the Davis family lost the Raiders. Yeah. That was the day that the Raiders were no longer the Raiders. Once again, both could very easily happen, especially in the modern NFL with the way it goes, with injuries and stars coming out of nowhere. It has allegedly been agreed upon in a fashion that has been reported by numerous people. So we can drop allegedly.
Sure.
Derek Carr and the Raiders have just agreed. He's not even going to the building anymore.
Nope.
He's not even doesn't even go to the building anymore. Hey, you just stay home, go home, don't even worry about it. Gather your thoughts. You've been here for 9 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and you've been through cities.
Yeah.
Regime changes.
A lot of them.
You have a lot of records here. We're not going to play it because the obvious reason, we don't have to pay you $40 million. We don't, you know what I mean? That's a lot of money, dude. You think we want to pay you $40 million? Obviously.
We don't want you in the facility. We don't want you tripping on the steps walking into the facility. That's why we don't want you in here.
Yeah. So stay home. Okay? Do whatever you need to do. Don't even come in the building. This is obviously, and I think that's how it was reported by Rap yesterday. Due to obvious reasons or something like that, the both parties have agreed to avoid distraction or something. I forget the exact wording of it, but it was like Derek Carr is doing them quite like Derek Carr is being. I assume he could feel offended, like, oh, you guys think I'm gonna do like insurance fraud? You guys think I'm gonna walk in the building, run my head into a wall so that I can't play and I can't pass a physical by March, whatever it is, so you have to pay me $40 million. Derek Carr could take it that way, right? He could,
sure.
But they're saying he mutually agreed to it and was just like, yeah, no worries, I'll get out of your hair here. That's fucking wild, isn't it? I mean, that is a wild scene.
Starting quarterback, what, 9-10 years starting quarterback?
Yeah.
In this franchise? Like they're not, the fact that he's just not showing up and hey, we're good, we mutually agreed that he's not here anymore. Thank you for your time, see you later. Like that's the business of the sport. That's what's going on. But man, it's a reminder. It happens pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, It is. Hey, you are a piece of gum. Okay.
Oh yeah.
When your flavor runs out, and there is another one that is packaged, ready to be opened, it might not taste as good as the piece that you were. It might not last as long as the piece that you were, but we are going to try it and see if it can be. Boom. And then as soon as this one tastes like, hey, hold on, come on. And that gum is always going to be there. And that's the thing about the NFL. That team has existed long before you got here, and it'll exist long after you're here. And you need to remember that every single day you walk into that office. Yeah. So whenever players make business decisions, though, fans can get pissed off. And we understand why you get pissed off, because you're lucky to play in the NFL. Why aren't you giving your all to the team and things like that? It's like, well, it is a business. This is a cold, hard business at the end of the day. That's how the decisions are made. That's why the people are in power in the places that they're in power. It is a business. This is a for-profit operation, and this is how it's going to be run. And if you don't fit in, you can get out. And it can happen to anybody. I saw Peyton Manning get cut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw Peyton Manning get cut, and I'm like, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, don't even come in last 2 weeks of the season. You know that whole garbage bag routine at the end of the season? You guys have been doing here early.
Long time.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, do that now. Bam. Right after, like, you'll be like Santa Claus, taking all your shit out of this building. Been here. I mean, that's wild. That honestly is. I think it's just.
How long have they been thinking about this? That's another question. Okay, what if he's?
Well, his contract.
What if the last couple games were different? I don't know. I know the contract situation is 100% what's going on with $40 million.
40.3 or something.
Yeah, but he also, it feels like he kind of signed that contract with the knowledge of, like, hey, I know this is a prove-it year for me. This is a new regime. Like, they have no loyalty to me, and they shouldn't, and I'll go out and prove it to them. Yeah. And that's why the cap hit's only $5 million if they cut him. And then, obviously, look at Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs just went through it at the beginning of the year. They were playing him in the Hall of Fame game. They didn't, pick up his fifth-year option. He was playing without a contract. He was on a prove-it year. And then he proved it, obviously.
He's captain.
And he's captain now.
And they're still letting him in the building.
Yeah, so seeing that for Derek Carr, and then you do have to kind of look yourself in the mirror, like, hey, they went out and got Devontae Adams, they extended Waller and Renfro. I just didn't hold up my end of the bargain, and now I have to get the fuck out of here.
Move out week 17.
That's wild, though. I'm interested to see how that agreement, came came to pass. And then you're not going to get rid of the distraction for the last 2 weeks. And now everybody else in the locker room has to, talk about it.